Okay, so oh, she wants a flower tattoo again. I'm so bad with drawing flowers, like just sketching. I usually like photographs. Jen, how would I cover this with a floral tattoo? Is it possible to do it black or would I need color? Um, you don't need color if you don't want it, but I always recommend it because also I just love color. I'm a color realism artist and that's my sort of specialty. But if you want this black and gray, we have sort of an you can get it, but it's more complicated. Because as I said, black and gray is not black and gray, it's black and skin. So if we want to sort of cover this up, we need to have a lot of black here. And to cover all this up without like seeing, it needs to be some weird texture. This just looks weird, right? So we can try to think, okay, we can have, if you need to be able to go bigger because you don't want to have like a black, just a big black block. Big black block. We can make some nice flowers here. I'm just gonna make like a super easy flower. You're gonna see that it's a flower, but we have no idea what kind of flower this is because I really don't care. You decide. You decide what kind of flowers you want and you get it, because you can make whatever kind of flowers you want here because you're making them in the free spot, This is the easiest way to cover up something and still keep it in black and gray. Because then you just need to sort of soften everything out in the background. You need to pull out stuff, I'm using this wrong. Make some leaves, maybe like something here with more leaves, tra-la-la. You know what I'm doing. We're just adding, playing around with it so that it doesn't need to sort of be super big. And we want to make it flowy, We can sort of use this shape and maybe even go up here in a way. Use that nice flow. And then to not just make this diagonal big black block, we need to add more black in here, so we need to sort of invite the darkness over here, make something out of this so that we're sort of breaking up that the darkness so that it's not just that diagonal line, Spread it out a little bit. I'm painting with the wrong brush again, but you get somewhat of what I'm doing, right? So just separating them a little bit, because then what you can do when you can actually, if the tattoo artist knows what they are doing and has experience with cover-ups and stuff like that, you can actually go in and sort of first I need to see where the feather is. Okay, and then you can actually just make little dots or something, or maybe that's a flower bud, so that more stuff is happening here right next to the feather, right? I don't know if these are flowers or it could be anything. It could be mushrooms, it could be insects. You just need to go behind all of these things. It could be flies. Oh, fireflies are nice. It could be I don't know. It could also be just these light, like bokeh effect things. And then we can add more. We can even add one there because it's sort of lighter in that area. Okay, and then we go back here. And then I'm going to make it a little bit see-through because it's probably going to be a little bit see-through anyway. But you get what I'm saying? Like, this is an idea, a rough idea but you need to go a little bit bigger. Don't be afraid to go a little bit, big and bold. The bigger, the better. And the bigger you can make also like more details. And remember, this is just, like I said, like super childish flowers. I would recommend like making them with photographs or something just to like really plan out and how you like the flowers and everything. But yeah, and I think we could even try to make some even more lighter areas in here just to free it up from all of this darkness. You could also go in there and add, but then you'll see that it will be see-through. But you can't. I'm an optimist, so I usually go in there and make it light, and then I make it darker again if it doesn't work. If it like you can still see it, okay, then we have to go darker. But I would rather be an optimist and like say, okay, I want one more bud here, because we need to break this up a little bit so that you don't have the full let's no okay let's make a bigger like bud right there, and then you can see, oh, but there's a bird showing through it, and then you can actually sort of, if with patience and everything, you can add to this. So you sort of coloring this gray, and then you can put that gray on top of the tattoo there, and hopefully that will sort of, you're not going to be able to see it anymore. So you can do that. Also in this one, we can do it gray, and all of these things here, we can make them gray. We can have something going on like that maybe, and something like that, just to like make something more happen. And when these are made in gray, they're distracting the darkness, so it's not just a big black block, but it's like, yeah, distracting it, making something light in the darkness. But when you're making it gray like that, and having the very black next to it, it's going to look very light, because then you can use gray, and then you can actually make a new layer after it's healed with white. But that white, you can't never guarantee that it's gonna be white. It's just gonna lighten everything a little bit. So if you want white, you need to go back like several times, but then eventually it will never be white because you have your own skin on top of it as well. And you should never use a lot of sessions on the same tattoo. You shouldn't make like a tattoo layer after layer after layer, because you're sort of distracting, or like making the skin, you're sort of hurting the skin so many times. You have a higher chance of getting scarring in this, so it can be bumpy, and you have a higher infection. I had one client who wanted to get a sleeve done in a short time, so we had like a session every week, and that actually did something with his immune system. So it was more easily infected, you know. So that can also happen. So over time, you need to sort of have it heal and rest, and then, yeah. So this is sort of a nice, cute, but not very realistic sketch of what would be possible.
This is the Tat Chat with Electric Linda.